Johnny, what's up, bud? So my name is Andy Ravel. I play for the Toronto Blue Jays organization currently. I'm a relief pitcher. Me and Johnny go way back. Johnny's one of my best friends from back home. He's always been there, you know. Johnny as a person is just a hard-nosed, tough dude, man. Whenever he puts his mind to something, right, you're gonna get a 1,000,000% effort from Johnny. He's gonna do everything in his power to get whatever you need. And Johnny says he'll do something for you, you can pretty much consider it done. And that's kind of the same way he was as a player. Johnny as a player was hard-nosed, played the game at 100 miles an hour. Whether it was we were getting killed in the ninth, he's still busting down 90s down first base or making clutch plays to save the game. Funny story, so we were playing a tournament down in East Cobb. Back when I actually played the field and I was playing first base. Johnny was playing third and their big old four-hitter came up. It was late in the game. We were kind of beating them pretty good. And dude rolls over to Johnny, right? Third base, throws it over to me. I catch it. And this dude, barreling down, mad at life, steps my ankle, right? Clear as day, steps my ankle. I go down because it hurt. And before I could even turn my head around to look at this dude, Johnny, vertically challenged Johnny, sorry, bud, is in this dude's face, just giving him the business. If we were anywhere but a baseball field, that dude would have been having a rough day, let me tell you. So that's just kind of the guy that Johnny is, though, you know? Always has your back. He's just a very accountable and reliable dude. I miss you, dude. Love you, dude. It was great seeing you back home, but hope this helps. We'll see you, bud.
What's up, y'all? My name is Brendan Chalucci. I'm here to give a little testimonial to my man, Johnny Reina. Johnny is honestly one of the hardest workers I've ever met, if not the hardest. I like to put myself above him because that makes me feel better about myself, but no, there's no one I met that works harder than Johnny. He's a genuine guy, works as hard as he can, not only for himself, he's absolutely selfless. He works hard for the people he loves, his sister, his family, and he's absolutely transparent about it too, which is how you know he's so genuine. Johnny is just one of those people that, like, you don't meet every day. He takes care of those he loves. He does his work. He loves doing his work, and that's what's so special about him, is that, like, he finds the joy in the things that he has to do every day. He understands that baseball is a game of failure, especially hitting. Baseball is a game of failure, but if you're able to learn from those failures and be able to work on bettering yourself every day, that's where you come out on top, and that's what Johnny knows, and that's what Johnny teaches, which is why all the kids he works with end up being so successful, because he is such a good role model, and he's so good to be able to bring the positives in his life he's able to, like, help people realize the positives that they have in their life instead of focusing on the failures, focusing on the negatives. It's just, I mean, I could go on and on about this guy, and he's a very close friend of mine, and I'd take a bullet for him. He's a one of kind, genuine person. I don't know what organization wouldn't want him a part of them, and honestly, I could see him being a scouting director or an MLB coach, anything around baseball one day. The guy's way too advanced for his age. It's kind of scary, but yeah, God bless Johnny Reina, and I'm thankful to have him in my life, and I hope whoever's looking at this understands that they will be thankful too.
Hello, my name is Nico Holsizer. I'm 23 years old. I currently play for the Tampa Bay Rays in their minor league system. I went to Morehead State University for 3 years and got drafted my junior year. I've known John Reina for, I want to say, about 8 years now. He's a phenomenal human, not only from the baseball side, but off the field. Me and him were friends on and off the field. I never had the privilege of playing with him, but I played against him a decent amount, practiced with him. We talked baseball a lot with him, even from a young age. He's a great guy. I'm super happy I've known him. Super happy I've gotten to see him grow up as a person, as a coach, and I'm happy that he's been there throughout my journey as well. He's helped me out plenty coming up, and I could definitely owe him some of my success to baseball. He's always helped. He's always talked to me, no matter what the situation was, good, bad. He's always just been there. He's been a friend. When I played against him, he was a bulldog on the field, and you could tell right away that he was the captain of his team, and everyone accepted that, and everyone wanted him to be.
Tyson Beach, and I'm here to talk about my former teammate Johnny Reina. Anyways, I'll never forget the first time I ever met the guy. He was an incoming. He's a transfer student. I was a freshman, and he stood out in the room, just because of his eyes and the way he was looking around. Like, he had a very intense glare. He was ready to go. He was excited to be there, and it showed. It showed very quickly whenever we started doing our team conditioning, our first couple of practices. He went hard and he tried hard. He diving for everything, everywhere, putting everything he had and everything he did, day in, day out. I mean, I can't remember a day where he wasn't. Even if he was injured and he was a little sore, a little tight, something, wouldn't talk about it. He just knows the grindstone and his hustle. That boy, all he knows is hustle, and that's just what he does. He does it on the baseball field, and just for me, it's pretty inspiring. He plays harder than just about anyone I've ever played with, and it was always exciting for me to get to watch him on the field. And it was, I really wish I would have been better early on, so I could have actually played with him more, because he was exciting. He was exciting. He was always looking for what the next thing was. Always looking for another way to improve, some new technique. There's always something new to get. Even whenever he wasn't playing that much. Like later, in his last year at Tusculum, he was if he could steal a sign, he was stealing it for the team. If he could find a way, the guy was tipping pitches. He found it, and you couldn't get anything past the guy. He was locked in the whole time, and there is no one on this planet that can tell me different. But beyond the baseball side of him to the human side of him, he's got a heart of gold. He really does. He does put people in, he does put others in front of himself, and I can attest to that. My freshman sophomore year, I was dealing with some serious mental health battles, and they were they just weren't very good. But nevertheless, I remember I talked to Reina a couple times, and he was always very understanding. And he would listen, he would help, he would talk to me if I needed it, and in a sense, he became an important figure to me that way, because he was someone I knew that I could rely on. I mean, he didn't have to do that. It wasn't like he knew me and we were boys from way back in the day. No, I mean, I had just met him my freshman year, but nevertheless, he still made himself available to help me if I needed it, and for that, I'll appreciate that until the day I die. I mean, I've got nothing but love for the kid, and everyone who knows him, who really knows him, has got nothing but love for him, because, like I said, that boy hustles. He hustles hard, and he tries hard for other people. Genuinely, he's the kind of person who make a great addition to any team. He'll be a great father one day, great husband, great all that. There are very few people on this earth that are like him. And I'm very blessed to say that he's my friend. I'm very blessed to be able to say that, from playing with him, watching how hard he worked, to the ways he helped me with my own mental health battles. I'll always appreciate that. It just goes to show he's a different breed. He's cut from different cloth. He's the right guy for the job, no matter what it is.
What's up? My name's Jake Lipinski. I've known Johnny for about 10 years. Played against him in high school, grew up in the same county, and ended up becoming teammates at Tusculum University. If you talk to Johnny and listen to his story, really sit down and listen to the guy, I think his story says enough about who he is, the perseverance he has, his character. I mean, the guy just keeps going no matter what. He's been through a lot, and there's no stopping him, and I don't think there ever will be. So Johnny as a player, obviously played against Johnny in high school, and the one thing I could say is Johnny's one of those guys that you hate him if he's on the other team, but you love him if he's on your team. It's pretty as simple as that. And growing up, always heard, oh, that's that Johnny Reina kid, the Johnny Reina kid. Ended up having him as a teammate. Honestly, couldn't be more blessed, man. The kid really works. He's a grinder, true grinder. First saw him when he came on Tusculum's campus. Hadn't talked to him in a little bit, and I mean, the guy just got after it right away. Anything he could do to make the program better, he was there. He was in for it. And honestly, a lot of people were blown away. They're like, "Yo, does this guy ever relax?" And the answer to that question is no. Johnny is full commitment all the time. He's always going to be there for you, whether it's on the field, off the field, whatever it may be. We're doing conditioning. I don't even remember what week it was. It was hot. It was real hot down in Tennessee. Johnny has like 10% liver function. Guy's just pounding Pedialyte and whatever he can to make it through. Doesn't say anything and just grinds out through the conditioning. No hurt, always trying to finish first. Ends up having to go to the hospital. He's back the next day against orders. No problem. Even if the guy wasn't feeling good, didn't have a good day on the field, or just didn't have a good day in general, when he stepped in that dugout, it was about the guys. It was about his teammates. It wasn't about himself. And even away from the field, I mean, that man took countless hours of his own time to go watch game film from previous years, watch pitchers, watch their tendencies, break down how they tip pitches. I mean, he's picking out the guy, his hand height, if it's above his belt, breaking ball, below his belt, fastball, from videos that are 2 years old. And we go and play the guy the next weekend, and he's still doing those tendencies. So we have the pitches. Johnny's in there with a full binder like this thick of everything, just charting it down, letting everybody know what's coming, calling it out. I mean, you can't beat that. You're not getting that anywhere else. As for the man he is, I mean, he's a walking testament of what you want to be. He's a God-fearing man. He truly is, and I mean, there's nothing better. If I could say something about the guy, I would, and I'm known to be someone that tends to speak the truth all the time, and I really can't say anything to hurt him, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Whether it be family issues, etc. I may not talk to the guy for 2 months, but he never misses a birthday, never misses a holiday. He's always checking in, giving you a call. Hey man, how you doing? Let's meet up. How's the family, etc. I mean, it's beyond words. And then to wrap it up, don't want to go too long here, but back to how he is as a player. Everybody's always trying to make those diving plays to get their clothes dirty, make it look like they played for the girls. But that man, when he's walking off the field, he's only got about 10% left in his body, if that, because he really gave it all. He gave it everything he had, and that's something admirable, and definitely something that anybody could look up to, and something that he could really help an organization with. He's going to give you everything he has, and the guy's baseball knowledge is incredible.
Hi, this is Damaris Rodriguez. I'm currently a Division I baseball player at Brown University. I've been fortunate enough to know Coach Reina since I was about 12 years old. He actually coached me when I was about 12, 13, and coached against me, and was just one of the most knowledgeable coaches I've ever been around. He wanted not only baseball, but he wanted to make sure that you were a great kid. He wanted to make sure you treated your parents right. That was a big thing for him, treating your parents right. He didn't want you ever talking disrespectful to your mom or dad. You know, it was just, he didn't want you to be a great baseball player, but he wanted to be a great person and a great teammate. He wanted to make sure you were helping your teammates out, treating your parents well, appreciative of everything that your parents do for you. And that's where I really respect him, because it wasn't all about baseball. You know, you can be a great player and just not be a good person. That's what he wants you to fulfill. You know, he was always encouraging, he was always supportive, and he wasn't afraid to tell you the truth as well, you know? Whether you needed to work on this, whether you did this in the game that was bad, and he wasn't afraid to pull you if you did anything wrong within the game, you know? I was, you know, how every young kid is at the age of 12 or 13, just not mature, and he just would not let stuff slide, whether it was not running something out whether it was making an error and you know, being a 12, 13-year-old kid, throwing a little fit, you know, he stopped that right away. You know, I can't even tell you how many times he's pulled me out of a game because of it. But I couldn't thank him enough for doing those type of things, you know what I'm saying? Because if no one's there in your life to correct the things that you do wrong, you're just going to keep doing the same mistakes. And that's why I really respect him in that aspect, whether it wasn't just baseball.
All right, it's my third time shooting this video because every time I've done it, Johnny told me to flip the camera around so I can't see the time elapsed, but I had to flip it in front because I can't film it a fourth time. All right, my name's Joe Griegas. I'm a freshman outfielder at DeSales University from Staten Island, New York. I've had the privilege of being coached by Johnny Reina and getting to know Johnny Reina over the course of the past 3 or 4 months. I'm gonna try to keep this under probably the 3+ hours I could talk about him and the things he's done for me. So just bear with me here. I didn't expect me and Johnny to develop this relationship we have now. First thing about Johnny, his work ethic is unquestionable. He's probably the hardest working man I've ever come across. He went above and beyond in everything he did because, like he told me, he'll never half-ass anything. And I can assure you, he never gave 100%. The effort he gave was 180%. He worked tirelessly at everything he did, whether it was the smallest thing or the biggest thing. You know, we're gonna get to the baseball aspect of things in a second, but you know, there are things that are much bigger to me than baseball, and Johnny is a pure example of this. He always said to me, "You have to know I care before you care what I know," and he made it very clear from the start that he cared not only about baseball, but just genuinely for me as a person and my teammates. And literally only one semester with Johnny, which is like roughly 4 months, like I said, feels like I've known him for 10 years. I've developed a relationship with him that I know is going to last a lifetime. The relationship we built made him feel like an older brother to me. And you know, that's something you don't hear every day from one of your baseball coaches, but that's how a strong relationship Johnny's developed to me. You know, I know he would be there for me for literally anything, and vice versa. I would be there for him for anything too. Johnny's also one of the most mentally tough guys I've ever met. You know, he's shown me things in life, you know, it could be much worse. Whatever someone else could be going through, someone has it 10 times worse. And it's given me the ability to appreciate the things that I have in my life, and I'm very grateful for them. And I'm grateful for Johnny for showing me that. Obviously, you name it, Johnny is good at it. And it's just one of the things Johnny taught me that's really incredible. It really helps for baseball. I can go on for days about everything Johnny's done for me for baseball, everything he's taught me, and more importantly, everything he's taught me about life. And I know this man is going to do some huge things one day, and I really can't wait to see him get all the success he's deserved, all the success he's been working towards. You know, these 4 months with Johnny, I think, have really been a defining moment in my baseball career. During my recruiting process in high school, I was looking at a few Division II schools in Florida. I was ready to commit to one of the schools in Florida, and I asked the coach. I said, "Coach, I'm ready to commit. Can we get it done?" And he ended up telling me they're giving away one of the roster spots to a walk-on, and they have no more room left on the roster. Obviously, I was mad at first, but you know, another thing me and Johnny talked about, I really just trusted the plan that God has for me. You know, I believe everything happens for a reason, and I know Johnny does too. He has that proverb tatted on himself, and I feel like the reason that offer was, I guess, taken away from me was to send me to DeSales and for me to meet Johnny. I don't think I ever shared that with him, but I truly believe that. I knew there was a certain reason I was coming to DeSales, and I feel like Johnny's a really big part of the reason that happened to me.
Hi, my name is Mohiga. I played with Johnny Reina back in 2016. And since the first day we met, we clicked right away. We were just like this. I remember he used to drive me home after practice because I didn't have a ride, and he just didn't want me to take a bus. Mind you, it was a 30-minute drive. But he just, you know, he really wanted to help, and that's how he was as a teammate. and even as a coach, like, he really wants to help. He's gonna be there for you no matter what the situation. He encouraged you to do better, to help yourself. He wanna help you. He really wanna help you. I remember when we went to the World Series. This guy almost died. Like, he just fainted, passed out. Came back the next day, he went 3 for 3, and with a walk-off. And he was just making plays all over the field. This guy, this is like a brother to me. My brother, like I said. We had another kid, Dominican kid, Nilo Rijos. And me and Nilo, we used to talk to each other in Spanish. And I remember one day Johnny approached us, and he was like, wondering like how could we help him to speak in Spanish in the field, because it was me, shortstop, Nilo at second, and Johnny at third. So he really wanted to communicate with us in Spanish. And since he wanted to do that, I really saw in himself that he can actually do whatever he wants. Whatever he put his mind to, he will do it. He will definitely do it.
You have to excuse me because I'm on my way to work, but I couldn't wait to make this video. Johnny Reina, one of my all-time favorite teammates. The dude is a blessing. Very lucky to call him a friend. Very lucky to be able to play ball beside this dude. I can't say enough about his work ethic, the way he carries himself in a professional manner. Has nothing but class. Awesome friend. Great teammate, even better friend. Like I said, he'll have your back through it all. His work ethic is unbelievable. It's unmatched. I remember we went down to the cage, and I'm down there hitting with my aluminum bat, and he's down there hitting with wood bats. I'm like, this man's got a purpose. He's wanting to do something, Everybody's in there hitting with their aluminum bats. This man's over there hitting wood off the tee. Target practice at that, trying to cut balls in half. I'm like, yeah, this dude right here, he's different. I could go on and on about him. Brought up by a wonderful set of parents. Has an awesome sister. Everything about him is hard work. He's exactly what you need in your program. He'll come nothing short of giving you 110%. What else can you ask for? I don't think I need to say anything else. He is the real deal, and he will do everything he can to help that program. That's about all I got. Johnny Reina, love you, buddy.
Hi, I'm Seth DeHaven. I played baseball at Tusculum University with Johnny Reina, and man, there's so many things that I could say about that guy, just due to the fact that the type of person and the type of player that he is. And when he called me and he asked me to do this is before he even asked me to do this, I already was going to say yes to whatever favor he was going to ask me, because that's just the type of person that Johnny Reina is. He's a person that if you ask him to do something, he's always going to hop on it, no matter what else he has to do. He always puts someone else first. So, and our society is very guilty of the soft mentality, and it's unfortunate. But Johnny Reina definitely does not fit that description. When I think of Johnny Reina as a baseball player, I think of a dog mentality. That's exactly it, is he battled through injuries. Johnny Reina, whether he was playing that day or not, he's so team first. And I just think it's really hard to find guys like that nowadays. So as a player aspect, Johnny Reina, he was just a dog, man. And that's kind of what you want to look for as a teammate. And that's someone I would want to go to war with every single day. He's just unmatched. His mind, his heart, his hustle, it's just unmatched. And from the person aspect, it's the same thing. You really can't find a better person. I just had a 9-month-old, and one of the first days he was born, I called Johnny and I was like, I'm sending him to get lessons from you to play baseball, and we jokingly laughed together, but in reality, I mean, that guy, I look at him as someone that could be a second father to my son, someone that could take care of my family if something happened to me. He's family first. He's about the person before himself, and you just don't find that. Johnny Reina as a person, I think, compared to him as a baseball player, you have so much to say about him as a player and, you know, as a baseball mind, but Johnny Reina as a person is what builds his character. You know, we live in a selfless world, and Johnny Reina is definitely someone that can change the world because of his mentality. And, you know, when he asked me to make this video, I scrambled because I don't know how. He said, you know, 3 to 5 minutes, and I could go on all day about this guy because there's so many great things about Johnny Reina. He will always put you first, and he's someone that you need in your life because of who he is. You know, I'm a better man today because I know Johnny Reina. And, you know, I just want to say that he deserves everything, all the success. He deserves everything that he's going to get because, man, he really pushed for it. And I couldn't be happier for the guy. So I want to tell him thank you. Thank you, Johnny. And, you know, I hope you and wish you nothing but the best, bro. Love you.
Hey, I'm Rich Hillhouse, and I had the privilege to play with Johnny Reina my second year at Tusculum. And I say privilege because, honestly, I'd have to say he was the best teammate that I ever played with in my life. And I say that because it didn't matter if it was baseball related, you know, if you were struggling with something off the field, you know, family issues, girlfriend, whatever. Like, he was always the guy that you could call. I remember when I first met him, we were in the cages hitting for the first time as a team, and I just got done with my round and I saw him standing outside the cage that I walked out of. And so I went over there and, you know, introduced myself to the other players along with him. And the way that he shook my hand, I was like, okay, this guy means business. One, guys our age did not really have the gentleman's handshake, but two, like the look in his eyes, I was kind of intimidated, just being honest. I was like, okay, like, you know, this guy, like, he's here for a reason. He's got the drive inside of him, like, he's for real. You know, he's the hardest worker in the room, which that's how me and him started hanging out a lot, is that's how I felt like I was when I was in JUCO. And then I came here and heard him talk about being a hard worker, you know, first one there, last one to leave mentality, this, that, and the other. And I was like, okay. I was like, you know, maybe this guy's like me. Well, the guy was not like me, because he blew everything that I thought I was doing right out of the water. Like, but even just like going back to the off the field issues, like, you know, there's a bunch of things that, you know, personally I struggled with, that I never told anybody, not even the coaches, because I wasn't sure how, you know, they were gonna respond to me telling them all of that, especially being far away from home. So Johnny was like my outlet. Like, I felt like I could confide in him whatever it was that was on my mind, you know. And it was like a day-by-day thing, and, you know, if it wasn't for him, like, I mean, I don't know what would have happened, just to be completely honest.
Hey, my name's Drew Rowan. I played with Johnny Reina at Gloucester County in 2017. And I mean, from the first day that I met Johnny, I could just tell this kid, you know, lived and embodied what it is to be, you know, a great baseball player and even better person. I mean, one of the nicest kids, one of the most caring kids I've ever met. I mean, text me every single birthday, every holiday, even if it's just, hey, he thought of something funny, thought of a memory, he shoots me a text. And just, you know, not many people like that kid left in the world. So it's you know, it's a good thing seeing from your, you know, friends and, you know, teammates that you spend a lot of time with. I mean, Johnny is a baseball player. One of the funniest stories, I'll never forget this. The lip at third base was absolutely atrocious, and, you know, some players would probably just deal with it or do something to just get past it. This man, Johnny, at like 3 a.m. went out and cut out like a 12 by 12 piece of sod and resodded the third base line, third base path, essentially. And it was way better, but our head coach was pissed. But I mean, if you have kids that are willing to go out there at 3 a.m. And resod the field so it's, you know, a better position for him to play.
How's it going? My name is Sam Urban. I played with Johnny for about 2 years back at Tusculum University. He texted me, asked if I could, you know, do him a favor, and the first thing in my mind, without knowing what it was, yeah, absolutely, man. You know, because he's one of the best guys I've ever met. You know, he's always there for me and all of our team, you know, in terms of his personality, his character. he's the kind of guy that, if your car breaks down, you're gonna call him, assuming it's not 20 hours away, but he's that kind of guy. He would always ask how people are doing off the field, and even now he's checking in, calling guys, texting guys. He even texts me all the time, just seeing how I'm doing, about life, and my fiance and stuff like that.
Be a college baseball player. I want to be in the MLB and so forth and so forth. And just having a guy help motivate you and push you to reach your goals plays a special place in my heart. And I just can't thank John enough for what he's done for me, what he's done for my family, and I look up to this man as my brother. And just to see what the future plans out for him is just makes me excited, and I know the future that happens for me makes him excited. So that's the type of relationship we have. I can go to Johnny about anything, and he's the most straightforward guy, and I just can't thank him enough, and I'm so excited to see what his future plays out for him. I know that whatever organization takes him, he's going to kill it 110%. He's going to give it 110%, and you will not have any doubts about what he's doing and how he does it for the organization. And I just thought that.
Hey guys, my name is Dominic D'Alessandro, and I currently play in the Red Sox organization. My friend and past teammate Johnny Reina reached out to me to just speak a few words about the type of person he is. So I played junior college with Johnny at Rowan College of Gloucester County, I think in 2017. So I transferred into there, and I didn't really know too much about the program, but pretty soon, as soon as I got there, I figured the type of person Johnny was. Johnny was the first one to talk to me, introduce me to people, and you could tell he's a dude. He's a good dude to know. So since I only played with him for half a year, I don't have too much experience with how he is on the field. However, I think that half a year showed me a lot about the person he is. So Johnny, he continuously played through injuries. Now, some might say it's stupid, some may say it's crazy. Johnny probably is crazy. But, that man put 110% into everything he did and played no matter what to try to win games. That's all he wanted to do, and would sacrifice literally his body to do it. So one of the big things that stands out about Johnny is during the World Series, we played a game, and I forget the exact reason, but he went to the ER after the game. We were so confused because the next day we saw Johnny in the starting lineup on the field, and I believe that game he had one of the biggest hits that solidified our position to win one of the games. So, like I said, you might call him crazy, but that man does everything in his power to win, and he puts 110. I don't even know if that number's high enough. 110% into everything he does. Now I'll talk a little bit about after college. So, Johnny continuously, I don't know if I'm the only one, I'm sure he reached out to everyone, but he would continuously still reach out to everyone, asking how they are, and that just shows that he's a very caring person, and you don't find that in many people nowadays. Most people after college, like after Johnny's college, like after that year, once you graduate college, they stop playing baseball. And not Johnny. That man still continuously works at his craft. Maybe not necessarily for him to excel at the next level, but he does that so he can learn even more about the game, because you learn the most through experience, and I think he understands that. Not only does he love baseball that much to continue to play it and practice himself, the kid wrote 2 books on it, which is kind of amazing that he did that in that short amount of time. Also he interned and worked at about every level of baseball there is. So, that just goes to show, like I was going back on his work ethic. He wants to do whatever he can to better himself and to better everyone around him. So, personally, with my experience with Johnny, I couldn't recommend anyone more. That man, I'll say it again, he puts 110% in everything. Maybe a little crazy with it, but that crazy he has is good. So I definitely think you guys should really consider taking on Johnny. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jack Cairns. I go to Bentley University. I'm a freshman here, and last summer I played for Antelli Baseball. Johnny Reina was my coach. He would demonstrate drills. He would even join in on fielding competitions and hitting competitions. First off, Johnny is an incredible person. He is such a genuine guy. He's a family man. He is just a very humble, amazing human being. He will go through thick and thin for you. So first off, I just want to say that he's an amazing guy. Second, his baseball knowledge is unmatched. He is the smartest baseball mind I've ever had the privilege of talking to or being around. The way that he phrases certain things and the way that he sees the game is incredible. He's written 2 books. I've purchased both of them. I've read both of them. And for such a young guy, it is incredible how much he knows about the game of baseball. To interfere or deter him from his main objective, because he will ultimately achieve greatness. He's just a winner. Winners win. He's a winner. I can't say enough about how smart, how genuine, how humble, how incredible of a person Johnny Reina is. The way that he stand, just what that means. And he is open for advice all the time, which honestly is very rare. People have huge egos. Johnny's always open for discussion and being able to talk with his players, and that's honestly, you don't get that very often. And he's just an awesome dude. So yeah, I can't say enough good stuff about Johnny. He's the smartest guy I've ever met in my life. Smartest baseball mind I've ever met in my life, hands down. And yeah, so thank you for your time, and love you, Johnny.
Hey, my name is Max Edmond, and I'm a freshman infielder at St. Joe's University. And I've known Johnny for about 2 months now, and the impact that this guy has had on me in such a short amount of time is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could listen to this guy talk all day long, and it literally got to the point where I was staying after our lessons and just watching him do a couple more lessons, just so I could be around him longer and, hear what he had to say to other guys. And, every lesson he keeps it real, and he just spits facts. He doesn't tell these guys what they want to hear. And I think that's a huge problem with all these hitting coaches. They're just telling these guys everything they want to hear, and feeling like they got to change something, but they don't. And Johnny's the best hitting coach I ever had. And I could talk about, what he's done for me as a player forever. I could go on and on about it. But what I think is really more important than that is what he's taught me as a person and about life. And, the fact that this guy has been through hell and back. He's been through it all. And he still shows up every day and, works his ass off, brings the same energy every single day. It's truly inspirational. And, I'm blessed to have Johnny in my life. He's like a big brother to me. And I truly believe that every organization would be extremely lucky to have Johnny.
That one, you care. 2, you know what you're talking about. 3, you care about every kid. I've never had a team record every single at bat, have YouTube on us all the time where we're able to watch. You make us feel professional. You want us to carry ourselves like we're professionals. And that's really all you can ask for in a coach. I've never, especially at this level, I've never had a coach care about so much of what he does at such a young age. Usually you see coaches say, whatever, it's 16U, but you guys, you specifically, you do not care if it's 16U, 12U, whatever. You're going to take it with full, you're coaching the Red Sox. You're going to take 100% seriously. And I think you brought that attitude to the team, and it's really disappointing to say that our season ends tomorrow. So I'd just like to say thank you for everything, and thank you for being there for all of us. Thank you for having heart. Thank you for having our backs. Thank you. You did everything, and I just thank you for that. I hope you have whoever you show this to. If you don't, whoever's gonna see this video, if they do not think you're good for the job, bro, they're tripping. That's it. Thank you, coach.